Yo, yo, yo. Hello, everybody. Good evening. This is Gabe and Frank with Ultimate Black Man Radio. Hope everyone is doing well. Frank, how you doing, bro?
I'm doing good, bro. How you?
Man, it's another day in paradise, man. It's college football Saturday. As most people know, I'm a huge college football fan, I'm Oklahoma Sooner fan. When it comes to college football, I actually went to a camp for Oklahoma back in the day. So I went up there, man, checked out their program, and it was nice. I fell in love with the program up there, so I've been a fan ever since. And
Okay.
now when it comes to college basketball, I'm U of M all day, baby. University of Memphis Tigers, man. And we're gonna be pretty good this year. I think Memphis actually might be a top 10 ranked program. We'll see in about another month or so, but um, I'm ready. I'm ready. So, I love my college sports, so that's what I've been doing today. I promised the people I was gonna break down this Antonio Brown situation, and even though it's late, and I know you niggas are out here tricking off your check that you got
Mm.
yesterday at these strip clubs, it's all good though. Hello, Black Caesar, how are you doing, sir? Welcome, welcome, welcome. I know you niggas are out here tricking off your checks. I know the ladies are out here booed up. It's cooling off in some parts of the country, so the ladies feeling real frisky and they're ready to be booed up in this cold weather. But we here on this Saturday night, ready to break this down. If you are new here, welcome to the channel. If you could, please like, subscribe, share. We'd appreciate it. Frank has his own channel now. Go and plug your channel, Frank. Tell people where they can find you, man. Frank, you there? Frank. I think Frank has been abducted. Um, we'll wait for him to come back. But again, guys, we're just here. If you would like to like and subscribe, if you want to support the channel, I'm going to put a link here so you can support. Ultimate Black Man. Yeah, Frank has to drop out. That's okay. But you can donate right there. Frank comes back. I'll go ahead and add him in. Device is not connected. Let me add him back into the stream, guys. All right, you back, Frank?
Yeah, I'm back. I heard you. Yeah. So,
All right, bet.
yeah. This is Frank. Good evening, everybody. What's good? Ultimate Black Man Radio. You know how we do it. On my side, I have a new channel that I just set up for the people. It's called View from the Man Cave. So go ahead and check that out. Like it and subscribe. There's going to be a lot of fresh content coming up in the future.
Bet, man. That's like some exciting stuff right there, man. I think we need more channels for men that give good, sound, solid advice. We got plenty of channels of niggas bitching and moaning, but ain't nobody really giving no good, solid game.
Right.
So we know that Frank is very thorough. Definitely a fan favorite of the channel. Definitely a fan favorite over on the Cole's channel. People like to hear what Frank has to say. So, man, I'm excited about that, man. I've already subscribed to the channel, man, and just ready to get this game over there for sure. But tonight, guys, what I want to talk about again, we ain't gonna be long, but this just bothered me so much when I saw it, Frank. Yesterday, I thought that our brother Antonio Brown was going to steer clear of the assault or of the assault claims when the DA in Pennsylvania basically said that they were not going to press charges because of a statute of limitations issue. Basically, bitch, we don't believe you.
Mm-hmm.
But there was another woman that came forward claiming sexual assault, and the Patriots cut him. And so I've kind of touched on how I feel about like athletes and men in media and representatives, like famous guys, popular men. I've kind of expressed this before, and how it kind of the rules that apply to them apply to just the regular old black men as well, and how I've given a brief synopsis or opinion on what I feel they should do. However, I'm gonna go a little more in depth with what I feel brothers need to do to avoid this. Now, I will say this. Um, to a degree, I feel like Antonio, a lot of this was warranted towards to Antonio Brown because he texted the woman and was threatening her, apparently, um,
Mm-hmm.
which was the dumbest thing you can do. I don't know. These some of these athletes have the IQ of a damn stool pigeon, so a lot of times the things that they do is kind of warranted, and I don't really feel too bad for some of the stuff that happens to them. However, I feel like these sexual assault claims, um, they're false. Obviously, the DA feels that they're false. However, it has caused Antonio Brown to lose millions, roughly for this season about 15 million. Even though I think he was guaranteed 9, regardless. Um, and he also lost his Nike endorsement.
Mm-hmm.
Antonio Brown lost a lot off allegations alone. There's no proof or anything. The DA is saying, "Hey, we really don't believe these chicks," but he has still lost money. And I don't really like to talk about the latest celebrity or the latest happenings because this isn't a gossip page. It is a page and a channel for men to come and learn game. However, this is important because moving forward in over the next 5 to 10 years, um, men are going to have to start making a conscious decision. Okay, and I'm going to go ahead and say it here right now on the record, September 21st, 2019. The day of casual sex for black men is over. I feel the day for casual sex and side pieces and side hoes is over. At
Mm-hmm.
least until black women or sisters, because these are mostly who make these claims against these men, by the way, unfortunately. White women are doing it too, not to absolve them. But until a lot of this Me Too BS is kind of cleared out of the picture and cleared out of the way, um, this system is designed to punish us and us only, it seems. Um, Black men are going to have to refrain from casual sex. And I'll go a little bit deeper into that, but Frank, what do you think about that? What do you think about the whole Antonio Brown situation? And do you think my rule of brothers having to abstain from casual sex is too much? What do you have to say to that? Again, I'm a single guy, and I'm saying this. You're a married man. You may have a different perspective. What do you feel about all that?
Well, I think the whole Antonio Brown situation is unfortunate. I think a lot of it, um, he put it on himself. I don't think the allegations are true. I don't think that he did it based on there's really no evidence to support it. And he's put out information that would suggest otherwise as far as this young lady, um, being with him and him, being intimate with her on multiple occasions. So I don't think the allegations are legit. But what I do think is that, his character and the way he carries himself, he kind of set himself up to fail, to fall. And so now that he's fallen, people look at him and they don't really have any remorse and they don't really want to give him any support, because of the situation that he's put himself in with his character and some of the things that he's done on and off the field. So, I think it's unfortunate. Um, you know, I do agree that this this time for casual sex and side pieces and all of that is over with. Especially when you're in a position like Antonio Brown where you have a lot of money. A lot of dudes think that a lot of dudes are goofy and they've been goofy their whole life and they think that their goofiness will just magically go away because they have money now. And that's not true. You know what I mean? The goofiness is only going to get worse. Money only expands and illuminates who you already are as a person. So if you are lame, you're gonna be a bigger lame with money. So and if you're goofy, you're gonna be more goofy with money. And a lot of women know that, and they play on it. So a lot of guys feel like um, they can beat the system or they can get away with things because they have money and they have influence and things like that. But that's not true. We've seen it time and time again. Bill Cosby had a lot of money. He couldn't shake it. You know, OJ had a lot of money. He couldn't shake it. And Antonio Brown is putting himself in a similar situation. He had $30 million guaranteed money to go to Oakland. He messed that up. He went to New England. I think they were going to give him maybe 15 million. He messed that up. So it's looking like he's going to go from making $30 million to making maybe 150,000 in guaranteed money just because he was being goofy. And if you make one goofy mistake, it doesn't mean you have to keep piling on top of it and keep making goofy mistakes on top of goofy mistakes. I mean, everybody falls short sometime, and you do stuff that you shouldn't do. You cupcake and things like that. But just be smart, man, because these women out here, a lot of them are thirsty. They're looking for your money. They're looking for a come up, and you feel like just because you have money now, you can kind of live the life you wish you had lived when you were in high school and all the girls were curving you. But you can do that. But at the end of the day, it's going to come with a risk, and this is the risk for a guy, for Antonio Brown, and for guys like him.
Frank, that was really good point. Really good point, brother. A lot of athletes, these dudes are so game goofy. A lot of guys in the media, movie stars, actors, basketball players, football players, hell, even some of these social media stars. A lot of them have gotten caught up. YouTube celebrities, dudes that are making real paper, because a lot of these cats that came up off Instagram, they're not making chump change. A lot of these dudes are making high six figures, seven figures off of this social media stuff. Some of these YouTube stars are making millions of dollars. And we see case after case of these dudes getting caught up doing goofy shit over some hoes. Cool Jim, how you doing, brother? Welcome. So again, I'm just looking at it, and I'm looking at the current way our environment is set up now, right, Frank? And an allegation can cost you your career or cost you, money. It can cost you like millions. Like Antonio Brown has lost because of a mix between bad behavior and allegations that have been proven to be false, has lost well over $20 million. And yeah, he's saying his house is paid off. He don't have a mortgage. So the money ain't all there. It ain't all it don't mean a lot to him. But who wants to lose $20 million? Tell me somebody that wants to lose that much money. If you could show me someone that doesn't mind losing that much money, no matter how rich they are, I'll show you a damn fool. And so, with saying this, with saying all that, this is what I am proposing to brothers. I feel like black men, if you make anywhere from $50,000, because a lot of you niggas out here, that's real money to some of these hoes. And I have seen men that kind of give, because when you hit the 50,000 mark, you kind of go into a different tax bracket, correct, Frank? So it kind of goes $0 to 27,000, 30,000, I believe, and then it goes from 30,000 to about 50 to 55,000, and then it goes from 55,000 to about 75 or 80,000. These are your different tax brackets. And so then it goes into, of course, when you get to the 75,000, between there and 250,000, you're in the same tax bracket, and then it goes up from there. So if you're a man and you're making 50,000 and up, and you coming up and you building, hey Miss Nally, how you doing, man? You're gonna have to show discipline when it comes. Hello, Devin. How you doing? You're gonna have to show discipline when it comes to having sex with different kinds of women. Now I know society tells you that, and some of these niggas out here tell you you're not a real man unless you're sleeping with multiple women, but that is not true. That is not true. A smart man puts his paper first. He does not put his sexual desires and his sexual cravings first. Some of these text messages that Antonio Brown was sending were a little bit wild. Now, granted, I feel like it was consensual, but again, as we're starting to see in society, all a woman has to do is accuse you, and it can ruin your career. I think Antonio Brown now, because of his reckless behavior, is gonna go the Terrell Owens, Chad Ochocinco route. I don't think any team is gonna want to sign him. I don't think he'll ever get a major contract like that again. He's the best receiver. I mean, when considering he's probably the best receiver in the league between him and Julio Jones and the receiver down in Houston. I forget his name. Those are probably your three top receivers in the NFL.
Yeah,
And
that's
this guy
correct.
had all this. Was that
Yeah, I was saying DeAndre Hopkins, I think.
DeAndre
He,
Hopkins? Right. Those are probably your top three receivers in the NFL, and that's the kind of talent that he is. And he has all this talent and all this ability, and it's for what? It's all for naught because he ain't gonna be able to really use it again because he's out here being reckless with these hoes. I know a lot of these men have been raised by single moms, and their moms never taught them to be disciplined. Their moms never showed them. A lot of these dudes are spoiled. A lot of these athletes in media folks and movie stars and YouTube stars, they're spoiled. They were the only boy growing up. Big mama spoiled them, the mom spoiled them. Everything went their way. This is why a lot of times when they get in situations, they act like hoes. When things don't go their way, they act like hoes and they react in a very emotional way. This is why when things weren't going right with the teams and everything with Antonio Brown, he acted like a hoe. Because again, he's been spoiled. I think how many kids does Antonio Brown have, Frank? 2, 3?
Yeah, it's up there. It's at least two or three.
Yeah, it's up. He has a lot of kids spread all over. So he's just a spoiled dude. There's no real discipline there. So, and I know a lot of black men, they've been complaining about the fact it's not fair. These chicks are lying. They're trying to bring him down. And that is true. Miss Nally said, and this is a good point. Natalie said he risked it all. And with him risking it all, he is teamless right now. Risking it all for some broad.
Gee, he has real quick. He has 5 kids, four
5
sons, 4 sons, 1 daughter.
Okay. Did you say how many baby mamas? I think it's with one woman, I think actually. But I knew it was like 4 or 5 kids. It's up there. So he's running around here, got kids all over the place. Again, when you start seeing stuff like that, not discipline. And these dudes, they'll get mad. Listen, brothers, we can no longer cry about child support, spousal support, all that shit there. Because a lot of you niggas aren't going to really do anything legally to try and turn the tide. I've yet to see any kind of groups, political groups created to try and fight off the injustice that is the child support system or spousal support. You niggas ain't gonna do that. So I'm really getting kind of tired of dudes. They sit up and they run up in these chicks, they nut in these chicks, have sex with them raw, and then when she takes them to the cleaners and their check is literally cut in half, they sit up and complain. Listen, fellas, these women are not going to use birth control. They have proven that to you. Okay? They're not going to use birth control. They're allergic to condoms. They have all these horror stories about these birth control methods. They're not going to use birth control, okay? So you be a damn fool knowing that to still have raw sex with these chicks. And that's what a lot of you goofy ass niggas are really doing out here. The day for trying to, well, women this, well, women that. Yeah, I absolutely agree. A woman is the gatekeeper of life. She should have more responsibility and accountability. Right now in society, she can have babies and take you to the cleaners and take everything that you have. Okay? Why would you want to put power in her hands like that? If you sleep with these girls and there's a text message log between you and the girl and you make her mad and you piss her off, she can make a claim of sexual assault and ruin your ass. I have friends that have lost good paying jobs making 70, 80, $90,000 a year because they were involved with some chick. He wanted to stop messing with the chick. She got mad. She claimed that he assaulted her or there was some kind of fight or something like that. And he loses his job with little to no proof. So the day for casual sex, black man, is over with for you. It is over with. If you want to survive out here, if you want to have a fighting chance out here, dealing with this Me Too movement and feminazi ideology, you're gonna have to become more disciplined. Tariq Nasheed had a whole broadcast about this about 10 years ago, where he said black men, in order for them to survive, they're gonna have to become more disciplined sexually. And he gave tips on how to become more disciplined sexually. He talked about fasting, and getting on a diet, building a routine, an exercise routine. He said all those things help grow your discipline. So black men, with all this stuff going on with the Me Too movement, um, and things like that, black men are just going to have to build a resistance to casual sex. It's simple as that. Frank, what do you have to say to that?
I agree, bro. I feel like a lot of these guys, these athletes, they set themselves up to fail, because their whole life, from the time they first put a football or a basketball in their hand, and people saw the talent, um, people gave them a pass. A lot of these guys didn't go to class, they didn't apply themselves. They had women all over them. They had people, clearing way, clearing a path for them to get to the league because they knew that they had talent and they knew that they had the potential to make a lot of money. And so, what a lot of guys will some guys will look at that situation and humble themselves and say, you know what, I'm gonna do the right thing because I know that, it wasn't me and me alone that got me here. People helped me. People looked the other way when I wasn't doing things that I was supposed to do. When I wasn't applying myself in the classroom, people helped me. So, I'm going to get out there and be humble. But a lot of those guys, it goes to their head. They are socially awkward. So now, they're in the league. They're making a lot of money, and people are, throwing themselves at them. And they actually think it's real. They think it's, authentic. Like they actually think they're that guy, and they're really just being fattened up, to be slaughtered because there's so many people who are there to use them, agents and all these people are making money off of them and stealing money from them, and then the women, because they're sexually undisciplined, they're out here running around and not valuing their bodies and valuing their seed. They're just dumping in any and everything, that's attractive, and then they're paying the cost for it later, and then they get mad and want to come on social media and bash women. You know what I mean? Which is what a lot of guys do. Including a lot of MGTOW dudes. They make horrible mistakes with women, and then when it blows up in their face like it's going to, then they get mad and want to blame women and want to bash women and all of that. So, um, it really doesn't make sense. He's done. Like you said, nobody's going to touch him with the 10-foot pole. He's already 32 years old, so he doesn't have youth on his side where he can wait it out and let the media flames go away. He's 32 years old. He doesn't have a lot of time left anyway. He only had really one big contract left, and this was it. So that's gone. Guys are not going to deal with the headache at a certain point. Within a year or two, his skills were going to diminish anyway. So he's done. And a lot of these guys move and shake like the money's going to always be there. You see it with rappers and stuff all the time. They all flashy and dealing with all these women and having all these kids because they think, hey, the money's going to always be there. Like I'll get another contract or I'll put out another album and make another $5-10 million and I'll be straight. But eventually that money is going to dry up. That money pool that you swimming in, it's going to dry up, especially if you're not smart enough to diversify your portfolio and put money in other places where it can grow, without you having to put yourself out there and do stuff. So which a lot of these guys don't. So he's basically relying on his football money and his endorsements, and that's drying up. And then the rest of these women, they're gonna start taking the money, and then you're gonna see Antonio Brown 5-10 years from now, some article talking about how he made 70-80 million dollars in his career, and now he's driving a bus for UPS. You know what I'm saying? It's unfortunate, but guys really have to, to move with their mind right and discipline themselves, because if you don't, you're setting yourself up to get robbed, embarrassed, and exploited.
Right. Right. And a lot of dudes, like you said, you make a real good point. This is why I'm really happy you're gonna have a channel to discuss a lot of these things. And of course, we'll discuss them here on Ultimate Black Man Radio too. But I really like the fact that you're an established man, you're married, you have kids, you've built a lot of those things. You're not just sitting here talking. You've lived it. You've done it, right? I like how you said a lot of these dudes, they'll get millions of dollars. MC Hammer was a prime example of this. And we're not talking 2-3 million. We're talking hundreds of millions of dollars. And these dudes, they'll trick it off on trinkets and family members begging them for money, and mostly hoes. A lot of these hoes, they trick their money off, and then once the music out sells, once the album sales diminish, and once the athletic skills stop, um, they end up losing all of their money, and they don't know whether to go left, right, up, down. Man, I really hate to see, because I don't like seeing black men lose. This is why I created this channel, because I was tired of seeing black men lose and take L's. I don't want to see this man lose all this money and never recover. But it is what it is. The truth is the truth. And from what I'm seeing and from what I've noticed, how other scenarios and situations play out, the same thing is going to happen with Antonio Brown. And that's really sad, because a lot of times, like when you see other men in other ethnic groups, when they grab a hold of money like that, they get that money and then they're able to come back to their communities, and they don't go broke, but they're able to contribute on a level that they couldn't contribute to before, right? Even when on a smaller scale, let's take Asians, for example. When Asian men come over here, Arab men, when they come over here and open up these gas stations, and they actually start making real money, where does the money go back to? It goes back home. When Mexicans come over, if you ever go to the local corner store in the hood, and if you have a substantial Hispanic population in your neighborhood, go look at what the men are doing in those gas stations. Once they cash their checks, where's the money going? It goes back home. So when it's nothing wrong, we need more athletes to have money and to gain access to that. But a lot of fellas are gonna have to really smarten up and understand everybody not on their side. A lot of these chicks that are in your face, They want your money. A lot of women, I tell dudes all the time, and a lot of men get upset with me and get angry with me when I say this, but women and their pussies are very dangerous and they're very powerful. Women have brought down whole nations through their pussies. And we have dudes sitting over here thinking, well, it ain't gonna happen to me. It can't happen to me. I ain't going like that. And then you turn around 2, 3 years later and they're losing everything. They're facing criminal charges, they're losing their jobs, they're losing their careers, all because they don't have any game or any knowledge to kind of navigate and avoid these snakes and these chicks. Miss Natalie said, I just met a 39-year-old pregnant woman with her first child with a married man, and I asked her why. She said she thought she couldn't get pregnant because of PCOS. That's a lie. She waited till 39 to become a baby mama. Right. But you see, he's married. This man is out here married and having raw sex with his side piece. I'm not going to focus on how much of a dumbass the woman is. Let's focus on how much of an idiot this man is. You're a married man. You're obviously established because she's gaping her legs open for you. And she's gotten pregnant. Now, Frank, I'm not the sharpest tool in the shed. I ain't the brightest bulb in the ceiling. But my spidey senses tell me she's going to make this man's life a living nightmare.
Right. I mean, when when he got that woman pregnant, he lost a lot of leverage. You know what I'm saying? She has all the power. She has all the control. There's nothing really he could do. And I go back to Antonio Brown for a second. I'm gonna tell the guys this, man. When you get some money, you know what I mean. When your money increases, your mindset and your mentality has to increase too. You know what I'm
Mm.
saying? So, and I think a lot of times, guys fall victim, to the money because their mindset doesn't change, their mentality doesn't change. They still have. You can't move with $100 million the same way you move with $100. You understand what I'm saying? Like you have to change your mentality. You have to, at a certain point, when you get money like that, your mindset has to be, okay, I need to hold on to what I have and I need to increase it and I need to set it up so that I can, pass it down to, my future, my legacy. You know what I mean? Antonio Brown is sloppy. I mean, this man has 5 kids. I just pulled it up. He has 5 children, and what he's doing, he's literally taking money and food out of their mouth because this money is going to dry up. He's not playing football anymore. So he's not, so that income stream is not coming in. He lost his endorsements with, I mean, Nike dropped him, so he's not getting money from Nike.
Huge
Um,
endorsement, by
you
the way.
know, these women are gonna come around. All of if this woman that made these accusations can get anything, if she can win anything off of this, trust me, she's just the one woman that we know about. If she gets anything, she get $1, you're gonna see at least 2 or 3 more women come out the woodworks and say, "Hey, Antonio Brown did it to me too." You know what I
Is
mean?
it
He touched,
already been what?
I saw him at the Golden Corral. He bumped me, in line for the chicken. You know what I'm saying? Somebody's gonna come out, and that money's gonna dry up. And then he's got children to take care of. He has a legacy to provide and protect for, and he blew it over over. I mean, like I said, I don't think these accusations are legit. I think it's made up. I think it's a money move, a money grab. But at the end of the day, he's to blame because he didn't value himself enough to stay away from a woman like that. And guys make a lot of mistakes, man. Because they'll go out here and they'll try to bag the woman with the prettiest shape. But if she's not for you, if they're not for you, they're against you. And that's the way you have to look at it. If she's not for you 100%, she's not 10 toes down for you, she's against you. And at any opportunity, she will turn you in. You know what I mean? What's popular right now? The brother took well, he ain't my brother, but Takashi, because he'll probably tell on me too if he was my bro. But Takashi out here, you know what I'm saying? If they ain't all the way for you, they're against you. As soon as the opportunity come where they can benefit somehow, they are going to turn you in. They are going to rat you
Right.
out. That they are going to set you up to fail. So when you out here choosing women, you know, you got to go for quality, man. You know what I'm saying? What does Nicole say? What did she talk about yesterday? She talked about being competent. Man, you want you a competent woman out here. You understand what I'm saying? You can't go out here and just bag something just because she's cute. Because the majority of women, when you get money like that, I know people say all the time, man, you know, like it's very popular for people to play the Powerball and stuff like that. And I've always felt like, look, man, you know, I'd be afraid to win the Powerball. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I would be afraid to win 100, $300 million on the Powerball, because at that point, my mindset is 99% of the people that I love, that I respect, and that I'm close with, I can't trust them now,
Yep.
because they're gonna want money. They're gonna want it some kind of way. If I don't give it to them, they're gonna find a way to take it or to extort it out of me some kind of way.
Right.
And so, guys, man, you have to know that you are a walking target, and your mindset has to change. Because if your mindset don't change, if you still move with $100 million the way that you moved in the projects when you were broke, you know, you're gonna go back to being broke. Your mentality is puts you on a path to where you're going to end up. If your mentality is dusty, then you're on a path to dustiness. And no matter how much money you make, no matter how many women you're around, you're gonna always end up back being dusty. Period.
And you make a real good point, Frank. I'm glad you brought that up. Like, it's really at the point now, and I really wish more men. We don't have a lot of older men really preaching this. I wish when you come into money like that, right? Um, you almost need to square up immediately. Even at the ripe age, some of these guys like Zion is 19 years old. He needs to square up. One thing I like about LeBron outside of his athletic ability is that he squared up and he married his high school sweetheart. It's getting to the point now, like I know it's hard. I know when you're young, you want to sow your wild oats and you just want to spread your seed and you just want to just do you. You want to get up in every piece of ass you see. You want to just knock the bottom out these girls. I understand. I done been there. I've been there. When I was an athlete, I did that same crazy shit. Just running around, just doing whatever I wanted to do. But when you come into real money like that, and it's basically coming down to legacy building, even when you're young, you're gonna have to square up. And you're gonna have to stay out the streets. You're gonna have to stay out these damn clubs. You're gonna have to find you a square chick. Like Frank just mentioned, make sure she's 10 toes down for you. Square up with her and just settle down. Because again, the day for casual sex and just casually banging girls, that's over for you, black men. I know a lot of you niggas don't want to hear that. And I know for a lot of you, you guys lack the discipline and wherewithal to do that. You just kind of want to do what you want to do. You know, and is it fair? Is life fair? You're gonna have to become more disciplined with your dicks, dogs. Brothers, you're gonna have to start becoming more disciplined. You don't even have to make millions of dollars. I have homies. I got partners right now. Can't really recover because some broad accused him of something that he did not do. And he's lost his job. He's had to burn his 401k. He can't feed his child like he wants to feed him because of some chick. I have lost a lot because of women. I have to tell this story one day. So I'm not telling you that hey, you just need to do this because I've been there. I've had to instill discipline within myself. when it comes to these women. I've had the job making 80, 90 grand. I've been there. So I know with more money, Biggie said, more money, more problems. That's real shit. That's real talk. Frank, you remember in the basketball movie with Ray Allen? Damn, I forgot the name of that movie. What's the name of that movie, Frank?
He Got Game.
He Got Game. Do you remember the scene where he's riding in the car? I think that's with his agent, I think. And he's giving them the game. He's telling them about, the risk of drugs, um, how people will try to manipulate him for money. And he even mentioned women and how what women will do, how the sex is just so easy and what they'll do to get your money. He's just giving them the game there in the car as they're riding down the street. We don't
Yeah,
have, you know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
I remember that.
Yeah,
He actually in that scene, he was the guy he was in the car with. He was like a local dude in the hood, hustler, had some money, and I remember early in the movie, he told him that, look, nobody's messing with you in the hood because I put the word out. Like, he's good, he's smart, he's got his mind right, he's playing ball. So, nobody mess with him, nobody touch him. And like you said, he was telling him, of all the things that all the stumbling blocks that are going to be in his way once on his way up. And he ended, I think the last thing was women,
yeah,
because a woman is, to a man who's not mature, who's not confident in himself, his biggest vice in life is a woman. What I mean? His biggest downfall is a woman. And a lot of these guys, like, you see it with a lot of us, in the black community, when we get some money, we have to show it.
right.
I mean, you see white people with money, Bill Gates is worth, 50, 60 billion dollars. And this man dresses like he got all his shoes, he got all his clothes at Walmart,
Man,
and
Bill
then you
Gates
see a
is
rapper
like
who
a
just,
PE teacher.
right. I mean, you wouldn't even know it was Bill Gates if he walked by you. Like, he dresses that, laid back. And then you get a rapper, his first deal, he might get $100,000 advance, and he got it all on his neck. Why is that? Because he's not used to that. He's not used to having money and being able to floss. So a lot of these guys who are sloppy with chicks, they're sloppy because why? Because they're not used to them. Antonio, a lot of these athletes, man, like I said before, uh, they were socially awkward. They were big, they were fast. A lot of them were goofy. They didn't know how to really talk to women, or deal with women. So, they use that to help fuel them to be the best athlete they could be. A lot of them lost out on women to dudes that weren't as smart as them, or weren't as fast as them, or strong as them, because they had game and he didn't. So that was a part of his chip on his shoulder, was to go out here and make something of himself so he can go back to the hood one day and look at that girl stupid, like, look, you should have chose me. And so a lot of them, they never really had women like that. So when they get in the league, it's all about, you know, I'm gonna make up for everything. I'm gonna make up for every chick that ever turned me down, in high school and junior high school, and I'm gonna make up for it when I get this money. I'm smashing everything. I'm not wearing no protection. I'm making babies out here. I don't care because I got all this money. And and like we said before, it's not going to end good for you, man. You have to be disciplined, man. If you're a man, I believe our dysfunction in the black community, period, is because men are dysfunctional. Men are the leaders. Men make the moves, and women acquiesce to the moves we make. If women are dysfunctional, it's because they're acquiescing to our dysfunction. You know what I mean? They're following our lead. If we're disciplined, if we're focused, if we're about our money and our family and our legacies, then women have no choice but to line up with that. It, I mean, that's the only choice they have.
Man, real good points, Frank. I had some friends on my Facebook page. I told them that we were alive, and they saw the title, and Barry said that casual sex is over for rich black men, and Vernon goes, "If you a bum nigga, you good." Hilarious. I want to address that though, and this is my thing. So we just kind of explained how these chicks can come up years later and accuse you for sexual assault. So let's just say you kind of on the down right now. You around here, you still smashing everything. You is what Nicole would say. You a cute hobo. You got your 6-pack game on point. You know what I'm saying? You athletic. You still be fresh. You be fresh. You probably the freshest nigga on the campus. But your money a little funny. When you crank your car up, it sputters when you turn the car on. And you ain't got no air in your car right now. When you on your way to work, you sweating on your way to work. I have actually been there. I ain't had air in my car. I actually did not have heat in my car one year. And I'd be trying to go to work and it's 25 degrees outside. That wasn't no fun. But you just sputtering along, right? You ain't got no money, but you're a cute hobo, like Nicole says. And you got game. The game is just in you. Like you thorough in the game. And so, but you ain't got it all together right now, right? But some years passed and you start making real paper. And God forbid you actually become an influencer or a politician or an actor or your rap career takes off or you're a singer and your album goes gold. I ain't even gonna say platinum, it just goes gold, right? If some chick reaches out to you and you tell her to go to hell, again, we're living in a society where chicks can make the claim Bill Cosby with no evidence and you're seen as guilty. There's no real evidence that Antonio Brown has assaulted any woman. But he's been cut from a team and he has lost a multi-million-dollar endorsement. So again, we have got to, black men, whether you have money or not, you have got to develop sexual discipline. Too many niggas out here don't want to do that. This is why a lot of you niggas, and some of y'all are listening to me now, or you will listen to me in the future. This is why you're paying child support now. Some of you niggas that pay child support, I don't really feel sorry for you because y'all was messing with these chicks and you knew you had no business messing with the chick. And you mess with her anyway. She already had one baby daddy on child support, making his life a living hell. You thought it was cute. And you thought you just had so much game and so much swag. Oh, she ain't gonna never do that to me. And she ended up getting the baby stuck in her by you. And she taking your ass through the same damn thing. This is what I'm talking about. Black men, the day for casual sex, I don't care if you have money or not. It's over with. If she get mad at you because you smashing another chick, you've moved on, all she gotta say is you sexually assaulted her. And you're finished. That's my whole point. So it doesn't matter if you have money or not. You have all that casual sex and just sleeping with any and everybody. It is over. It's done. I'm telling y'all now. Now is what's gonna happen. As the years go on, y'all are gonna listen to me. I'll have 100,000 goddamn subscribers. And y'all gonna come back and listen to these broadcasts. They'll be 5 and 10 years old at that time. And you're gonna be saying, I wish I had listened. There's a lot of people in my inbox. I get something every day. Frank can attest to it. Folks run up in my inbox saying, Gabe, you were right. Duh, I was right. So a lot of you niggas that ain't listening and you want to be stubborn, you want to be hard-headed, go ahead. That's why I make these broadcasts. I'm telling you now, all that casual fucking y'all out here doing, y'all need to stop. I'm not trying to be the dick police out here and tell you what to do with your dicks. I'm just giving you a fair warning of what's to come. This Me Too movement and all this feminist ideology and fake assault claims, it's not going nowhere. It ain't going nowhere because it's working, right? And you niggas ain't gonna get off your ass and develop political agendas to stop this shit. So it's going to continue for a while. Now you can do one or two things. You can wise up now and practice that sexual discipline, or you can wait, keep smashing all these random chicks, and then when you get on and she try to come back and she get mad at you and she make that claim, and then another girl make that claim, and then another girl make that claim, and then another girl make that claim, you're gonna be guilty. See, the way society is built as a black man, when you're guilty based off public opinion. If the public thinks you're guilty and says you're guilty, you're guilty. It does not matter what evidence. It don't matter what evidence says. Evidence says Antonio Brown never sexually assaulted this chick. But his goofy ass done lost a multi-million-dollar contract. 2 ways, not 1, 2. Now, you don't have to agree with what I'm saying. You don't have to agree with it. You can say it's the most unrealistic thing out here. Now, you same niggas that say, I'm still gonna be out here fucking, y'all tell these chicks what to do with their vaginas. Y'all tell them they need to stop having all these damn babies. But when it comes to telling you hey, give us some advice on your sexual discipline, oh no, we can't do that. Again, you don't have to listen to me. You don't. But I'm telling you, in the next 5 years, you'll come back to this broadcast, you'll listen to me and Frank spitting game, and you'll be like, these fellas are right, and you'll be in court trying to fight off a case. I'm telling you, what you have to do, you have to be proactive. I want to do a broadcast on child support too. The day for men complaining about child support, black men, they got to stop. Unless we're going to do something legally about it, you got to stop complaining about child support. You got to stop. Because all the bitching and the moaning about the child support, y'all sitting up here smashing these chicks and getting them pregnant out of wedlock, and y'all get mad because she bucking the system and she getting your ass caught up. Y'all gonna have to chill with that too. But that's a whole another conversation. But you fellas have got to, black man, you have got to develop sexual discipline. Frank, what you got to say to that?
I would just say, man, for Antonio Brown and for brothers like him, Antonio Brown is really he's a kid, with a grown man build, and kids can be led any way you want them to go. They can be manipulated. They can be used because they're naive. So when you become a man, there's certain things that you have to put away. You know what I mean? There's certain things that you have to put in the trash. And Antonio Brown, these things that I'm about to talk about, he didn't really put them in the trash, and it's important when you go from a boy to a man. One of the first things that you have to put away is your ego. All men to a certain degree have an ego, but you have to humble yourself. You have to lose this invincible mindset that, nobody can rock with you and nobody can beat you, or anything that comes your way, you can overcome it, you can beat it, because life is going to show you that that's not true. No matter how much money you have, no matter how much power and influence you have, you are not invincible. There's somebody out there that can get at you. There's a situation out there that can bring you down, if it comes to it, if you don't prepare for it, and if you don't steer clear from it, stay away from it. So one thing you got to lose is your ego. You got to put it to the side. Another thing you got to put away is your immaturity, man. You got to stop being immature. You have to have a mindset like, look, man, even though I've accomplished a lot of things, the way I act and the way I carry myself is going to reflect that. I'm not going to be I'm not going to be in the same place as I was at, now that I have this money. I'm not going to make $100 million and go back to the projects and be in the projects all day. You know what I mean? I'm going to go back and help, I'm going to go back and maybe set up some businesses or bring some resources and things like that to the hood. But I'm not going to go back there and try to stunt and try to floss and act like I'm still a part of that hood, because I'm not. I don't have the same uh, issues that people in the projects have. You know what I mean? So you have to get rid of your immaturity. He clearly didn't get rid of that. And lastly, when you become a man, you have to get rid of short term thinking. A lot of these dudes out here, they think short term. Smashing random chicks who don't mean any good by you. That's short term thinking. You thinking in the moment. For that one night or that 1 hour, whatever it is that you smashing. That's the only thing that you're thinking about. You're not thinking about the implications and the ramifications that could come with it, that could come from it down the road. Especially if you're somebody with children or you're somebody that's married, you can't risk, a moment of pleasure, and put that above everything that you've built as a man, as a husband, as a father. I'm not going to sit here and a lot of people look. The average man will tell you that he's gotten more play from other women since he's been married than he was when he was single. Um, that is absolutely true. I stand by that. But as true as that is, I'm not going to risk everything that I've built for a moment of pleasure that might not even be good. You know what I'm saying? I might go out here and risk it all for something that ain't even, you know, the cheeks weren't even that good. So now I done
Man,
threw everything away. I done threw everything away. I done threw my marriage away, my relationship with my children. I gotta explain to them at a certain age why daddy don't live at home. You know, why mommy and daddy. I mean, why mommy live in the house with me, but you don't, and how come I only get to see you every other weekend? So I'm jeopardizing all of that for some small, minute moment of passion that it's never worth it. I don't care how good it is. It's not worth giving. It's not worth risking all of that. So you got to think long term. You got to think about your legacy, your family, your character, your integrity as a man. Those things will never fade. Your talent on the football field is going to fade eventually. Even if Antonio Brown was on the up and up in the league, eventually his talents were going to fade. He was going to lose a step. Guys were going to figure him out. And so those core principles that you need to have, they don't fade. Being a man, being disciplined, being focused, being about your money, your grind, your taking care of your responsibilities, those things don't fade. And so because they don't fade, that's what you have to emphasize the most. You can't emphasize things that are gonna, your talent and your popularity and your fame, all that stuff is gonna fade, man. Nobody's gonna care about, what you did on the football field when you're dead broke because you paying all these women, for situations that you put yourself in. You can't blame nobody but yourself. I know this girl is lying. I think this girl is lying, but Antonio Brown, he can only blame himself. At the end of the day, he chose that woman. He sent those text messages. Nobody forced him to text her. Nobody forced him to smash her on multiple occasions. You know what I mean? He chose that, but he put himself in that situation. So hopefully, at the end of it, whatever comes of the situation, he can learn from it and realize that he put himself in that situation, and that he can build from it and be able to bounce back from it and be able to be a mentor to other guys growing up and help them so that they don't make the same mistakes.
and you goofy niggas, stop texting these hoes too. You text messaging ass niggas. Y'all text like teenage women, teenage
All that
little
stuff is
girls.
documented. All
Yeah,
that
it's
stuff is
documented.
documented.
You
You
goof ass
move, you
niggas,
go
stop
right.
texting these hoes.
Yeah. If you're gonna move with a female, man, like keep it off the text, keep it off email, whatever, pictures, all that, because that's all evidence, man. When they hit the fan, that's exhibit A. A, B, and C in court. What you text her, what you sent her via email, the pictures. That's all she has. Even
Yeah,
though, like I said, I think she's lying. But what does she have? What's come out?
like
Text
she got
messages that he sent
videos of
her,
this nigga,
pictures, right?
text
All that.
messages. Bro, they convicted Bill Cosby on a lot less. Y'all stop texting. You pillow talking ass niggas. Y'all sit up and you text these hoes like bitches. You send them pictures of your damn private parts. Hey, y'all niggas need to stop sending nudes. I had one dude when we was chopping it up. He was a player out here. He was out. He was out here. He was new chick every other night. And he said, you know, when he was giving me the game, he said, "Gabe, don't ever send nudes to anybody." He said, "Don't ever send nudes because it's incriminating." He said, "Don't you ever?" He told me never ever send. He said, "I'll never send nudes to nobody." But you little text messaging hot finger ass niggas, y'all always sending nudes and shit like you some bitch. That's what girls do, sending nudes and text messages and WID. That's what a female does. You grown ass niggas sitting over here sending WID text messages and videos. You niggas are out here sending videos of yourself masturbating, and then you wondering why these chicks can take you to the cleaner. You have to settle outside of court because she got so much damning evidence against your dumb ass. You'd rather just lose the money than to lose the money and go to jail. Y'all stop texting these women, man. All the goddamn time. That shit is moist. Every time you look up, he's sending. Antonio Brown can't even spell good, but he's sitting up sending text messages to this broad. Like, nigga, really? I don't do too much texting between with chicks. I ain't no texting kind of nigga. Send up texting 2 a.m. What you doing? Nigga, you need to be asleep, damn it. Sending Snapchat. I see more niggas on Snapchat using the damn filters, sending news with the damn filter on. You new generation niggas are something else. You thong sandal wearing ass niggas. You soy milk drinking ass niggas. Y'all something else. I swear to God, y'all. That's how y'all get caught up. Y'all don't think like me, y'all think like bitches. And I know how your mom raised you. You didn't really have your dad there to kind of raise you and guide you. But a lot of you niggas, y'all move like bitches. And that's why y'all get caught up out here. With your skinny jean wearing ass. Stop texting these hoes. Every time one of these news stories comes out, it never fails, Frank. These athletes or these movie stars, around here you got a whole goddamn gallery of pictures and videos. I'm like, what the hell? Like, ain't nobody told these niggas to stop sending pictures and shit? I dated a girl one time. It frustrated her. I would never send her pictures. And I'm like, no. Because I see how these niggas get caught up like that. Bro, you can leave a girl alone. I had a homeboy this happened to. He was messing with a chick and he was sending her pictures and shit and he left the bitch alone. And these niggas, I remember he went and dated somebody else and was dating her for a while. And the other bitch got mad and she sending the other girl nudes through Facebook. Yeah, your man just sent me this. And this old shit now. Yeah, he just sent me this and he was over here the other night and blah, 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 blah. Ruined his whole new relationship. Out some spiteful hating ass shit. So you goofy niggas, you little tank top wearing ass niggas, you know, you little flower in my hair ass niggas, y'all stop texting these chicks like that, man. And stop taking pictures with the damn filter on. You look moist. I have niggas on here talking about some, oh, nigga, your voice like. But I go to your goddamn Facebook profile, like I did that other nigga I roasted. By the way, go check that video out. Dusty Niggas is some title, something like that. He's sitting up posed like a bitch.
Facts.
Posing like a straight hoe. And y'all wondering why these chicks out here taking advantage of your moist ass. You a bitch too, nigga. That's why she's able to take advantage of you. One thing about it, you can say I have a light voice all you want. Ain't no bitch took advantage of me. Not in that way. Cause I got enough sense not to be sitting up texting these broads. Women are very vindictive. Oh, see, a lot of you young cats, y'all don't really know the the psyche of a lot of these women, a lot of these girls. They're very vindictive.
Right.
Women will go to hell and back to ruin you. And then once she ruins you, she'll continue to try and ruin you again. That's how a lot of chicks think. And again, I know your mom raised you, your dad really wasn't there. So a lot of this shit I'm talking is foreign. But y'all have got to learn to move when y'all deal with these chicks. I swear some of you niggas are the ones that wear the panties in the goddamn relationship. Shantina, shout out to Shantina. She says, lots of women over 35 are becoming mothers. My grandmother told me to have at least one child so I can have something to do.
I swear I gotta come to Shantina like a family cookout or something. You know what I'm saying? Cause we close too. Cause I mean her family is very interested. It sounds a lot like
Interesting.
mine. I'll tell you
Hey,
that.
Frank, man, you
Straight
can
up.
ride down the street and go to a cookout of hers, man. Y'all over there. Shout out to DC, man. You know, y'all out there. You can go
For
down there
sure.
and parlay with the family and see what's really going down because she be having some crazy ass stories with her family.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, but Gabe, you right, man. You know, like these cats, man, they're feminine and they move feminine and they get exploited, you know, like a chick. You know what I'm saying? They act like I remember that dude too. It's funny because I ain't really seen him on nothing since you did that either. I don't know where he at or maybe he
I
fell
cook
off or what.
his ass.
But yeah, yeah. I mean, you roasted that man to oblivion. But you made but you were on point. I mean, you know, he was real slick. And then you see pictures of him. You know, he on the bed with his back arched and you know his lips poked out and all that. You know what I'm saying? And
nigga,
you know,
nigga,
it's too
glossed
much back
up like
arching.
a damn bitch.
Yeah,
Nigga look like he
too,
about to take the damn stage at the pony and
you know,
sitting
it's
up
too
there and
many.
talk shit. And you wondering why these women can run so much game on you. You moist ass bastard. Get the fuck off my goddamn computer screen, nigga.
Yeah, man, it's too much of that going on, man. It's too many arch back niggas out here, man. And
Yeah.
yeah, and then they get mad when they get played out. Like, I mean, look, if your mind right, you know, you can see that stuff coming a mile away, and you know how to even if you're going to indulge in it, man, at least you know if your head is on a swivel, you know how to maneuver through that. You know how to be smart. I'm not gonna sit here and say that, you know, there are plenty of guys like Antonio Brown, you know, in the NFL and NBA, and you know, a lot of those guys just do it, you know, a lot better. They, you know, they're low key, they're discreet, they're very selective about who they get with, you know, and that's how you're gonna do it. But a lot of guys aren't disciplined enough to have a lifestyle like that. So if you're
Hey,
not disciplined enough to do that, if you not, you know, the one of, you know, George Clooney or somebody where you can do all these, you can smash all these women and everything's good. If you can't do that, then it's just best for you not to do it at all because you're gonna wind up like him, you know, embarrassed and broke.
facts. Facts, man. Um I probably need to make 10 rules or like, top 10 rules with dealing with women in modern society. Like that honestly could be like a course or something or a small ebook I write because I'm just seeing too many goofy niggas. I have a lot of goofy ass niggas inbox me too. And so y'all need to continue to inbox me asking me, what you should do when it comes to certain situations. But a lot of dudes honestly don't understand um social media etiquette and what to do in certain scenarios when it comes to like texting, sending pictures, Snapchat, Instagram, all that. I honestly don't know what to do, and I don't know why. I don't know why. I could pull up 3 stories right now where niggas with money done got exposed because he around here sending Snapchat filter pictures of his damn dick. I can send you pictures. I can give you stories like that time after time after time after time after time. But you goofy ass niggas, y'all still fall for it and y'all still act like y'all don't know what to do. So obviously, I got to come up with some kind of rule book or something. Not Shantina, not like that. Yeah, let me clear that up. I'm
Right.
glad you pointed that out because these niggas, YouTube, they'll be inboxing me asking for advice. I get a lot of emails as well. Niggas don't be in my inbox trying to holler. Please, no. Hell no. I don't even carry a vibe like that. But no, they'll be asking. I get a lot of DMs and messages like, hey Gabe, this chick did this to me today. Um, there's always something going on where I'll have dudes they'll inbox me or message me asking for advice on if they should date whoever. That's what I mean. So I'm glad you brought that up. Let me clear that up. Shantina said the only pic she want to see is food. Man, Frank, man, I'm gonna have to come down to the DMV. We're gonna have to go and take Shantina to Golden Corral somewhere, my man.
Tell you, man. Like DC is it, man. Like this is the seafood capital, man. You want some crab cakes? You know what I mean? You want you some good carry out, some mumbo sauce. You know what I'm saying? Come get
Man, mumbo sauce. God damn. Y'all, what is mumbo sauce made of? Let's go
it.
back.
I don't know. I let Shantina break that one down. I'm a implant myself, but
That's
I
what I
know
mean.
I know it's good. You put that on your I had to ask my wife that one because she's from here. She's from DC, born and raised. But you put that on your, it go good with some fried chicken, some wings or something. But
Oh, dead ass?
yeah, but it's good. Yeah, you get it. You can get it on it, or you get the mumbo on the side. But either way is hitting.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna have to check this. Yeah, I gotta come out there to the DMV, man. We got a lot of listeners over that way. And I got a lot of friends that stay out there. So I'm gonna have to really pull up. I'm not coming out there no time soon. Y'all about to start getting all that snow. I'm gonna let y'all have that snow. But
Right.
next spring, next summer, man, Ultimate Black Man Radio gonna have to take on DC Real Pro.
Mm.
Man, I'm gonna have to do that. But I'm saying all that to say I'm really gonna have to come up with some kind of ebook because I get too many guys messaging me asking what they should do.
Mm.
They don't really know how to handle women. And again, I'm not blaming them again. Your mom, she fucked up her relationship with your dad and he wasn't really there like he should have been. And so now here we are. Um, you don't know what to do. You just lost in the sauce. So, maybe Frank, we might have to sit down and just come up with some rules and put that in written form on how to deal with the current women, the climate. I don't think it's really hard. Like I said, for one, y'all can stop texting like women. But Gentina said that'll be a good course. Yeah, I might honestly have to do that because this shit I'm seeing, and I'm a little bit older, but I grew up in this technology age. So a lot of the text messages and the pictures and everything that started with my generation. Facebook came out when I graduated high school. I was the first class to actually join Facebook. So I kind of grew up with all this, but I'm seeing dudes my age and younger still falling victim to the game.
Yeah.
And that just should not be. So, me and Frank, we may have to just collab on that. Um and just really kind of set that up and get and get that going because, dudes are just really lost out here when it comes to rules and etiquette of social media.
Right.
Um with that being said, Frank, you got any closing remarks, man?
Um, I I do. First and foremost, I want to just want to rep Ultimate Black Man Radio. We've been doing this for a minute. It's growing. We had almost 250 subs. That's great. We want to thank you for your support. Um, you know, from Nicole Michelle in the beauty movement, the defense team, everybody that's showing us love and supporting. Um, fellas, man, if you're listening to this, I want you to know that you know. we all don't have answers, man. None of us are perfect, and it's okay if you don't have the game. You know what I'm saying? The issue is not in you having game. The issue is in you not doing what you need to do to get the game, and apply and soaking up some good game from some brothers who know what they're talking about, and putting your spin on it and applying it to your life. So that's the goal of Ultimate Black Man Radio. We're gonna give you some game. We're gonna do it in a respectful way, and because we need it, man. You know what I mean? Because we're the front, we're the leaders, and if we're on point, our situation is gonna be on point. Our communities are gonna be on point, and more importantly than that, you know, the ladies are gonna be on point too. So on that, I just want to say peace and everybody. Have a good one.
Good stuff, Frank. Frank, tell everybody your YouTube page again so people can go over there and subscribe because I know some good stuff is definitely gonna be coming our way over there.
Sure. The title of the page is "View from the Man Cave." View from the Man Cave. That's me. Like I said, it's me and Gabe, for life, Ultimate Black Man Radio. But
Sure.
every once in a while, I'm going to put some stuff out over there.
Yeah.
Some things that we might not necessarily talk about here.
Mm-hmm.
That is important to me that I want to put out to the people. I'll definitely do it over there. So just come check me out. It's just an extension of Ultimate Black Man Radio with my personal spin on it. So you're gonna get a lot of the flavor over there that you get here. So just check it out if you get a chance. View from the Man Cave.
Man, y'all go over there and subscribe. There's gonna be some good stuff over there. I look at this channel here, Ultimate Black Man Radio. Is it's gonna be a lot of basic game. Um, we have not had a true to the game teacher of game since Tariq Nasheed. And I
Right,
know we have the Manosphere, and shout out to O'Shea. I think O'Shea comes kind of close, but O'Shea has different angles that he approaches. But shout out to brother O'Shea. He does a real good job over there on his channel. And a lot of shit that he tells me, it makes a lot of sense.
mm,
But we have all these MGTOW coaches and all these incel teachers and everything. They're not teaching real game. They're not teaching real game. You have a whole lot of woman bashing on a lot of these channels. One thing I admired about Tariq was sure he would cook the women occasionally, but it was always a solution to any problem he presented or any topic he presented, any topic he talked about, he always presented a solution,
right,
right?
right,
Always presented a solution. And that's what I want this channel to be. I'm not gonna be sitting up dogging single mothers all the time. I tell men all the time the rules are real simple. If you have no kids, you need to try and find you a woman with no kids. If you have children, you need to go be with a woman that has children. I try to keep that rule real, real simple. I've explained that time and again why that should be. But I don't know. Maybe I need to talk about that again
mm,
and talk about why I feel like that's the case. But it's a lot of basic things that I'm gonna talk about on this channel. A lot of basic game. Ain't nobody really out here giving game like that. Nobody's telling you what to do in certain scenarios. Well, why do you say that, Gabe? I know that there are men out here that swear by some of these quote unquote teachers, and they are lost in the sauce just like they were day one when they first started listening to these quote unquote teachers. You got a lot of frauds out here, a lot of folks talking about some they are relationship advisors and relationship coaches, and they're very disingenuous. And so I'm not really feeling it. So again, I'm here again. I'm no relationship expert. One thing about it, I'll never tell you that I have all the answers, but I've been through enough things and I've dealt with enough women to know what to do in certain situations. like I just mentioned, a lot of you niggas don't even know you're really not even supposed to text chicks like that.
Right.
A lot of men don't know that. That what I just said. A lot of men probably got offended by that because they don't know you're not really supposed to do that. But you're not supposed to be sitting up, laid up, texting chicks all night.
Right.
So this is a
If you
real.
move,
Go ahead, Frank.
yeah, I was gonna say like if you move like a female, she's gonna treat you like a female. A lot
Right.
of these dudes are not. A lot of these dudes are not really, you know, a boyfriend or a significant other. They're basically just a male version of one of their besties, one of their friends. You know
Facts.
what I mean? That they occasionally smash every once in a while. So you got to be mindful of that. You can't move like a female because if you move like a female, she's going to treat you like a female. And what Gabe said is facts. There's a lot of guys out here, a lot of YouTube channels, whatever in the manosphere that's giving guys bad advice, is giving them bad game. We over here, you know, we're solution based, we're cure based. We're not trying to give you no medicine. A lot of those guys, they give you medicine. They give you something to medicate you for a period of time. If you mad because some girl curves you like, and you want some medicine, something just to vent, to help you get over your frustration, and you go over there and hear these guys bash women all day, and that'll make you feel good for a minute, but then when that live is over, you're gonna feel just as bad as you did before because you still got curved, you still got violated, you still got disrespected. So over here, what I mean, we're gonna give you some solutions, we're gonna give you some game so that you don't put yourself in a position like that. So now, you know, you still out here in the field like you were before, but now you know how to move. So that's what you're gonna get when you come over here, Ultimate Black Man Radio, and view from the man cave.
Facts. Facts. The next show I'm gonna do. I'm thinking about maybe doing it Monday morning before Nicole goes. Like, man, she got a real good show coming on Monday. I
Yeah,
want to talk about this video clip I saw on Iana Van Zant's new talk show, where the men, between four men, they shared 87 children. So I'm going to talk about that. Also, there's this video going around by PragerU, which is a white supremacist stronghold, by the way, of Candace Owens saying that the biggest issue and the biggest problem with in the black community is fatherless homes. The biggest problem for black society is white supremacy, because a lot of
yeah,
times people want to talk about the fatherless homes, but they never want to talk about the white supremacy element that causes the fatherless home. I
right,
want to talk about that Monday. Um, and there is a book by John Leves called All In. And he has a chapter in that book that goes over and talks about how black men are actually, of all the ethnic groups, black men are the most active in their children's lives.
hmm,
The media and society will not tell you that, but these are facts. These are numbers. These are concrete, definitive numbers that have been proven. So I want to talk about that. And I want to talk about this fallacy that I'm already getting pissed off thinking about it. That feminist and this Me Too crap has instilled in black society that black men are not there. That is a damn lie. In fact, black men are more present than any other group in the country. A lot of women don't know that. So I'm gonna break that down Monday. I'll try to break that down Monday. I've been so busy. I'll try to go ahead and set that up. But that should be good. That's something you probably don't want to miss. And again, we got views from the man cave. Hey, it's really going down. So that's all I have. I appreciate. We had some good numbers in here tonight. So I appreciate
yeah,
everybody
sure.
coming and listening to us. And until next time, y'all be blessed. Again, Ultimate Black Man Radio. If you would like to contribute to the stream and help us advance, you can donate here, and it is in the chat, guys. Y'all have a great night. I really appreciate everybody. And remember, black men, nobody is gonna cover you like you. And one of my favorite quotes is when you play stupid games, you win stupid prizes. And the prizes you don't want to win, you don't want to win child support, you don't want to win lost wages. So if you want to play those silly games, you can, but there are consequences into playing those games. Y'all have a good night.